Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Business Without Borders. My name is Angie Snowball Thompson. I am the host, and I'm the owner of Living in America, a firm that helps people find the right words to work within different cultures, specifically if you want to come to the United States. So I put this interview program together to talk to some real people living in real places that are very far away from the United States so that we can learn more about what it's really like, not just read a book or read a newspaper, about what it's really like to live there, what it's really like to work there. Because since the pandemic, this wonderful world of online Skype and Zoom, which we always had, but somehow we suddenly realized it's here, now we're all willing to work more globally, virtually, and really a world without borders. So I would like to welcome two wonderful people. Thank you so much for being here, both of you. We are in Taiwan today. I'm going to start with Yihao because I just found out that he left a boxing martial arts class just to be here with us. That's how special we are this morning. So Yihao, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. Can you tell us just a little bit about you and what you do?
Thank you, Angie, and good morning, everyone. Uh, yeah, my name is Yihao. I'm a business owner that manufactures and sells kids' nightlights. So we've been doing this kids' nightlight business for more than 12 years right now. So as Angie had just mentioned, I was just doing this boxing training to keep my, health up, so that we can tackle this new challenge with this COVID-19 situation. So I'm very happy to be here, and thank you, Angie, for this invitation.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you. And he says he just makes night lights. I think the boxing took all his energy out. He makes the coolest little night lights. They turn themselves off. They have a special light bulb in there. It's just and he can do it off of anything. So I am working on a pig. I think everybody knows we're working on the big strawberry. The pig is going global. So I'm working on a children's book, and Yihao's gonna like help me make the pig. I mean, I just said, hey, I need a
Sure.
pig, and he says, sure, we can do a pig. So they really like take the creative process for you. They do night lights, and also he's just super well connected in the area with manufacturing companies, locations, things to do. So he's the man to talk to there. And then we have the beautiful Sabrina Chung with us today. And she's the lady to know if you need to step up your game with accessories. So, Sabrina, thank you for being here today. Oh, we lost Yihao. He's done. He's tired. He's going back to boxing. I don't know, taking a nap. But Sabrina's here. So, Sabrina, thank you for being here today. And tell us a little bit more about you and what you do.
Okay, hi everyone. Good morning, Angie. Thanks for having me here. I'm a fashion accessory merchandiser and I'm running a sourcing company in Taiwan. So I work a lot of the fashion designer brand in UK and France. So I help my customer to do the product development in China, and then I also help them to finish the manufacturing. Yes.
Okay. So, also a wonderful resource for working in Taiwan. And I did forget to say this time, I always do. The reason I do this, as I mentioned, is real people. Therefore, there may be something that might be offensive to someone or sound offensive. It is definitely not intended to be. We are just here to ask real questions. And we do ask questions sometimes that everyone's afraid to ask, the ones we're not allowed to ask, like religion, politics, and all that stuff. So this is just about asking people what they think, what's it like to really be there. So no offense to be taken. And with that, I'm going to offend Americans first. We are absolutely clueless when it comes to geography. So I'm going to show a picture of Taiwan to show where it is, because I'm not sure everybody knows. So there's Taiwan, a little place that has 23 million people is the population there. So a little bit crazy for a small place. And then also, here's my first question to you guys, and I'm going to share this question. You see here, because I think a lot of Americans like, where exactly is Taiwan? Is it China? Is it Hong Kong? Is it its own place? What's the deal with Taiwan? So here it is. Here's Hong Kong. Here's China. We got Korea, Japan, Philippines, Vietnam. So just to give you an idea of where Taiwan is and why we probably very often put it together, lump it with China and some of these other countries. So, which one of you would like to tackle the question of what is Taiwan? Is it a country? Is it part of China? Is it both? What is it?
Well, it's definitely not Thailand.
There we go. There's a start.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes we get confused with Taiwan, Thailand. Oh, no,
All the
with
time,
Taiwan.
and they're
Yeah,
wildly apart.
yeah, definitely not Thailand. So yeah, it's a tricky question, depending on where. But like you say, real answers from us. So we are very close to China. We're on an island. We have relationships in the past, so we communicate, work very closely with the Chinese people. So yes, well, yeah. So we have good relationship, I say, and for us to do business, we maintain the mainstream. So uh, anything that is good for the business, we are all for it.
That's the
That's
thing
my
that I
opinion.
I think that's a great way to put it. Like if it's about good business, they're all in. Everybody works together. But is it actually part of the Republic of China?
Uh, well, if you
Don't
are,
know.
if
Depends on
you,
who you ask.
It's a
yeah,
quite
depending on who
sensitive
you ask,
question.
yeah, different, yeah.
Okay.
The government now, like the elected government now, we are Taiwanese as a country, right? And so relationship depend on where you are. So like to answer the political question is where Taiwan is as a country. It's
I thought
a
the
republic
reason
of time.
Yeah, the reason I asked that was because I've always thought of Taiwan absolutely as its own country, and everyone I know from Taiwan, I didn't even consider them as Chinese nor being Chinese ever. And I was doing some research, and it says officially the Republic of China, and I thought, really? Okay, that shows how clueless I am as an American. So your
Well,
answer makes a lot of sense to me. That it depends on who you ask and where it's.
well,
Yeah.
the official name, if you search China, it tells you People's Republic of China. So yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that makes
So
that
maybe
makes
maybe maybe we get Sabrina to input from her end.
yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
we
really a very sensitive question. I would like to answer this question from the historical or the literature, because actually, because we speak Mandarin, and we use Chinese. That is for sure. This cannot be denied, and we share the old history for the past 5,000 years in the history. So is the political split from Taiwan and China. So it's only the political issue. But on the business side, or on the history side, or on the literature side, it's it's the same, because we speak the same language and we share the same history.
okay. That
So it is really just like Yihao say, it depends on who you are talking to. If we are talking to business, yes, we are part of China, because like me, 90% of my the sourcing factory, they are in China, and I have a lots of the good manufacturing in China. So in
awesome.
business, we are the group, but for politically, is not for us to say that, because it is a very national question. If I
Yeah,
say I'm not, yeah, because I say Taiwan is a country, but I also need other country to support me. So if you speak yourself a country, but you don't have any other national support, so that means nothing. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah, no, I think that's a great point, and I threw the hardest question of the day out first, by the way. So don't worry, it gets easier from here, I
yeah,
promise.
so
Oof.
Yeah.
so since we are here to talking about the culture or the business, so it's a group, a big group in Asia.
Yeah, and the one of the reasons that I definitely wanted to clear that up is because something I learned specifically from Yihao actually is sometimes Americans can struggle with a language barrier in China much more than Taiwan. So I know that Taiwan, the language is Mandarin, and you also have a boatload of other national languages, some of which I've never even heard of. Hakka, Hokkien, but I don't know. There were a whole bunch of them. But my point to that is when it comes to business, I think Taiwan is a wonderful door to working with China
Yes.
because it's a very, very friendly culture, a very open culture. And the language barrier to me is minimal for the most part. So I think but all in all, it's a group effort with China. So if you're interested in working with China, Taiwan and people from Taiwan are a great place to start. So before we go, I'm going to give you guys a break since you answered such a hard question. We're going to say good morning. Good morning, Danny. Danny's here. He's my buddy that brought me my coffee. I'm drinking my white coffee, Danny. Thank you so much. And then we've got I saw Scott here. Where'd he go? Scott, Scotland's Magician's here. Hi, Scott. Good to see you. Patricia's here. She's saying hi to Scott too. Oh, look, they're having their own little conversation. There's Patricia and Scott saying hi. Oh, here's Danny. Taiwanese business community is very much into the collaboration. Thank you, Danny, for adding that. So that's exactly what we wanted to show. And then we have Kathleen Mendel, who happens to be my aunt's. Hello, Aunt Kat. It was her birthday yesterday or 2 days ago, losing track of time. So Aunt Kat is here with us too. All right, so now we get to move on to more fun things about Taiwan. So let's talk about the language. We said Sabrina already answered that. It's mostly Mandarin, but I find that most people I work with, maybe that's because it's in business, speak English. Is that true of most of Taiwan, or if I visit there, will I struggle to find people that speak English? Oh, lots of smiles. So I'm going to say probably struggle.
Well, people say hi to you, and if you say hello, and the basic traveling wise, getting food, getting slight directions, I would say the young generation are more than happy to communicate. So we're friendly, so we find ways to solve. So I think language it's not so much an issue uh, from my end.
Okay, good. That's what we needed to know. So we can happily go see some really cool things in Taiwan.
Yes,
So,
yes,
speaking of cool things to see, I found a few photos. Um, can you guys see these okay?
101
yeah,
tower.
yeah.
What is
101.
that?
It's 101 tower.
Okay. What's in there?
Use offices, shopping mall at the bottom, and really cool dining at the top of the roof.
Okay,
Yeah, you get
cool.
good views on a clear sunny day. It gets a little rain here, so
Oh, I was going to ask that because that was something else I saw. They said every Taiwanese person will have an umbrella on them at all times. Is it like a
good.
random rain or does it rain a lot?
I say random rain and then rain a lot. Yeah,
Oh,
I have one in you know in my car all the time just in case. Yeah.
okay. So Sabrina, you do a lot of accessories. Do you also make a lot of umbrellas?
Yes, but
Sounds like a good
I
business.
hate bring umbrella because I always lost them anyway.
You
You
can get umbrellas everywhere. So, in convenience stores, you can just walk in and then buy an umbrella and then just leave it anywhere you like and then buy another one. next time it rains.
That's true.
They're just everywhere. Oh, that's funny. Okay, and then I have these towers. What is this?
Wow.
Where is this place?
I need help. I need help. Can I make a call out?
Can you call a friend? Isn't that funny?
Is that
Okay. Well, we'll come back to that one. Maybe you know what? I grabbed these things off the internet.
Oh.
Oh, wait, he knows where it is. Okay, you did call.
Yeah,
him?
yeah, yeah. Yes. Kaohsiung.
Okay.
Kaohsiung. Maxine is
Okay.
also a good friend of ours.
Okay,
Yes.
next one. How about this place?
Oh,
Oh,
this is in
okay.
Taipei.
Yeah, okay.
It's in Taipei. Okay. And
Yeah.
Taipei is your capital city?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What kind of currency do you use in Taiwan?
Taiwan.
New Taiwan dollar.
We were talking about umbrellas. Scott taught me a long time ago in Scotland that it's a brawly. That's what they call it. He said something about a brawly, and I thought he was getting into a fight because the American word for a fight is a brawl, BRAW. So he said something about brawly. I'm like, oh no, are we getting into a fight? He says, no, it's raining. I'm bringing an umbrella. So big business there too, Sabrina. If you get tired of selling umbrellas in Taiwan, talk to Scott.
Oh, for your information, my father used to make umbrellas.
Really?
Yeah, he owns an umbrella factory.
Wow.
Moved it to Malaysia, and then he gets into the inlands, and then he gave up.
Wow. So welcome umbrella design OEM order here.
Yeah, I can do it too.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, if you need stuff made, these two are the people to talk to. They've got all kinds of connections. And then we got this crazy bridge.
Wow.
Is this also in Taiwan?
Yes, but
Yes, we need to phone a friend on this one too. Oh man, I'm just kidding. The hardest questions were not first. All right, maybe it's
He's not sure too. Like his questioning, is it from Taiwan? Is it from Taiwan? Angie?
we think it is. It's not supposed to be trick questions, but
Sorry. Oops.
oh my gosh, that's funny. All right, let me see. Maybe it's not. Let me see if I can find
Maxime
it.
said you had a photo of a wide angle, so everything looked different, in a wide angle.
Oh, that could be. That could
Yeah, so that's why we are not recognizing the bridges, and we have too
Yeah.
many bridges.
Do you have a lot of bridges in Taiwan?
Yeah,
yes.
because we're on island, so there are rivers and stuff. So and on the hillside, so we have a lot of bridges.
Oh, that must be it. So it's just one of many cool bridges. That's what it was, with the
Yes,
wide
yes.
angle lens. There we go.
Taiwan is on the fault line in the Asia Pacific, so the mountain is pretty high. So we have a lot of bridges.
Then he had a good answer. Maybe it's Thailand.
Oh,
Whatever we cannot answer, maybe it's Thailand.
it is. Oh my gosh. That's funny that he says that though too, because there are like so many people that mix up Taiwan and Thailand. I swear it's Taiwan. Anyway, lots of bridges. Maybe we should move on to really, I promise these ones. No pictures even. Tell me about food. Everybody knows about food, right? Let's talk about food in Taiwan.
Okay, good. Okay.
All right, so what's your favorite Taiwanese food? Something that
Taiwanese food.
Taiwanese food, stinky tofu, must have.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Is it?
Stinky.
Why do you
it's
call it
delicious,
stinky?
but
like
it's stinky.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
you
it
like
black?
No,
No,
not
it's
black.
not black.
It's golden.
Well, you have
Golden
black
brown.
stinky tofu in China, but
Oh,
not in
okay.
Taiwan. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's see. I think I found a picture while we were looking. So,
And our stinky tofu is deep fried and very juicy. Tastes good. Go with the kimchi.
Well,
mm,
there are other types of stinky tofu as well.
does that look
Yeah.
like it? Golden?
Yeah. Golden.
So why do you
Deep
call it
fried. These are all
stinky?
different.
Okay, because stinky would definitely be a not nice adjective to use in American.
because
It
it smells
smells,
bad.
yeah, it smells like anchovy, you know. Someone
Oh,
likes
so
anchovy
it's
and
stinky.
somebody
Okay.
don't. Yeah.
No false advertising. It's stinky. Smells like anchovies.
Yeah.
Okay, stinky tofu. What else?
Bubble tea.
Yeah. This is
Oh
very
my gosh.
famous. Yeah.
Bubble
Everyone
tea.
here loves the bubble tea. We always,
Yeah.
we have tons of that. And everybody fights over where it's actually from. So, like, oh,
Taiwan.
it's okay. Now I'm
Taiwan.
going to answer. It's
Yeah.
from Taiwan. Yeah. Oh
It's
my
Taiwan.
gosh. That's a big thing here right now. Man, Danny's like wide awake right now. He's got all kinds of stuff to say. Asian version of blue cheese.
Correct.
I think we should have invited Danny. Danny's from Malaysia, but he's all into Taiwan here. He knows it's not Thailand. Knows all this stuff. Yihao's buddies are boxing. I think he's in and out with us here. All right, yeah. So we have stinky cheese. Oh, seafood. Danny says your seafood's very good too.
Yeah. Wow, Danny knows Taiwan a lot.
I know. I feel like we missed the expert. I should have invited Danny to see what's
We are
going
an
on.
island, so the seafood is very fresh. He's right.
Yeah, that makes sense. One thing that really struck me was population. There's 23 million people.
Yes.
Is that right? Oh my gosh. So Taiwan is roughly the size of Belgium, if anybody knows how big Belgium is, which I think we would say is probably the size of like Wisconsin, slightly bigger, like a little bit more. But there's 23 million people in there. Belgium has about 12. So it's a lot of, which is also kind of crowded. So do you feel very crowded when you're in Taiwan? Do you live in like super small space? Because it looks like there's a lot of mountains and wildlife or nature as well.
Yeah, because Asia area is usually more crowded than the Western country. So when I in Taiwan, I feel Taiwan is very crowded. But after that, I moved to China, and I think, oh, Taiwan is not crowded at all.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because China have more, dense the human population than us. So it's all, about comparison.
Yeah. And how close people are. Because I noticed that with some of the interviews I did with people in Africa too. Like their cities are crazy crowded. They're all packed. But the country's huge. They're just all located in like the capital city. So they're all on top of each other. But then again, they've got tigers and lions living in the wild. I wouldn't live there either. What about wildlife in Taiwan? What type of animals and nature do you have there?
Yes, we have special animal here because Taiwan is a fault line. So we have our, special species, the the cheetah and the deer and monkey.
Aw. Now, cheetahs, do you just like see them running around or are they in nature parks?
They're in nature park. Now they are seldom look in the wild world. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Everybody always asks that question no matter where we are. Like in South Africa, like, oh, we have lions. And people are like, oh, are they in your backyard? Like, no. They're on a safari, or like in Australia, like, oh, do you have kangaroos everywhere? She's like, no, not in my backyard. So there are, welcome back, Yihao.
Sorry, not yeah.
You're making it
I'm sorry that
exciting.
yeah
You're
the
like a
devices.
magician. You're like Scotland's magician. He's
Sorry.
disappearing and coming back. You've got competition, Scott. We've got another magician here. Well, we were just talking about monkeys and
Oh, okay.
cheetahs.
Monkeys.
What else do we have?
In Taiwan,
Yeah.
like wild animals,
Yeah.
a lot of dogs and cats.
What about your monkeys? Are they kind of hanging out, or are they also in a
Yeah, if you go to the
nature?
mountains, yeah, they hang out in there. Yeah, you leave them alone.
Okay.
Mm.
Huh. That's so cool. So, because like if I went to the mountains and found a monkey, I'd be freaking out. Like somebody lost their monkey.
You
So
will
if
see
you
signs
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sabrina, go ahead.
Yeah. If you are a mountain people, you need to come to Taiwan because our mountain is pretty beautiful.
So, and how long does it take if you go like to travel from like the through Taiwan? Like, is it a place if I go to Taiwan, it's easy for me to drive a couple hours to the mountains, or is it very, very far? It's easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Do
it's
you
pretty easy. Yeah.
do
Mountains
you
So
everywhere.
okay.
so
Mountains everywhere.
Taipei to the south, Kaohsiung, and then if you go by the highway, 4 hours. From
Oh,
Taipei to Kaohsiung, 4 hours drive on the highway,
okay. Oh,
non-stop.
okay.
Yeah,
That's not bad at all. That's not
yeah,
bad at
not
all.
bad at all.
No, not at all. Uh-oh.
Oh,
We got
sorry, 6 hours, I should say. 4 hours to Tainan, so
so you
south,
got a
and then
fact
if you go
checker over
further,
your shoulder? I think he's got like a guy like in his ear back there. He always answers a question. He's like,
no.
"No, I'm just kidding." I listen to the answer. Let me give you a different one. Door number two, please. Okay. Oh, Scott. Scott's back. Oh, yeah. I told him he's got a competition because you're a magician popping in and out. He says that brawl could be about to happen with the dual brawlies.
No problem.
If you guys haven't met Scott yet, oh my gosh. Um, he's also everybody here I've met through an organization called BNI, Business Networking International. Wonderful group. It's been amazing for the world opening up and making new connections for everyone. Like when I first met Yihao, he says, "Oh, I'm in Taiwan. I make these little night lights," and I'm like, "What the heck am I supposed to do to help this guy?" Right? Because he's all there. But it's amazing what these connections can do, and the people that. So a year ago, I met a guy in Sri Lanka, and he was like building farms, and I thought the same thing. I thought, what am I going to do with this guy? And last week he said, "Iji, do you know anybody who can send 65 metric tons of corn once a month to Sri
Wow.
Lanka?" And I said, you know what? Maybe. I mean, how cool is that? And we did. I found somebody who's going to do it. So, what an amazing thing that we can do all this stuff without borders anymore. To the people you meet, you just never know where they're going to take you. And
That's true.
Scott is definitely one of those guys you should meet. So, he's in Scotland. He's super connector guy too. So, if you haven't met Scott, look
Go.
him up. Yeah.
Hi,
Okay.
Scott.
So, he's being nice. So don't make that brawl difficult, Scott.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we talked about your animals, lots of mountains, capital city, money, food. Danny said something about the night market.
Yes.
Tell me about the night markets. He says, I'm missing the night markets. What are those like? Sabrina has to
Uh,
answer that because she started laughing right away.
yeah.
Night market, definitely the street food, the spotlight in Taiwan. Because in United States or in some European city, the restaurant or the store will close around 9 o'clock or after that. You can only find some simple pop like that. But in
Yeah.
night market, you can always find a very delicious street food there, and usually they work till the midnight around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock.
Oh wow. And
Yeah.
I have this like awesome picture of a night market, and it's just crazy because it shows let's go over here.
A lot
Yeah.
of people.
A lot of people. So has that ended during COVID, or do you continue to have night markets? Is that what happened
Yeah,
with COVID?
they took a terrible hit.
No.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What is the situation with COVID in Taiwan? Are you guys? Because I know a lot of countries are finally starting to open up. In the United States, we were open way before most people, and I don't say that with bragging rights. I say that with we're kind of dumb, just like well, it's over. We still had a lot of cases, but what's happening over in Taiwan? Are you open, social distancing, mask?
Yeah, I think we are pretty much open. Like so, cases has been low lately. Uh, So one of our first, I mean, not one of us, we had the first lockdown in this May for 2 to maybe 3 months, and that was the real heartbreaker for a lot of people because it really changed the we really felt like having this COVID situation that everyone around the world was having a year ago, and then we had the first lockdown this year May, but we're getting back to normal now. Like business is back to normal. We go back to uh, offices, and then kids are back in school. We wear
Oh,
masks
good.
for self protection, and then also trying to help control the spread. So
Okay, well, good. Glad that you're getting back to normal. Because as much as I love everything online and I'm happy I get to meet people and work internationally, it's still nice to see people. It's still nice to
True.
be able
That's true.
to interact and do things. So, okay,
just
Sabrina, I am. Oh, yeah, good.
a little gossip, because we
Oh,
all look so
yes.
different. We all look so different, behind the camera, and when we see them in real person, Sabrina
Yeah.
looks totally different.
Oh, awesome.
Come
She's
on.
prettier, isn't she? I bet she's
Yeah,
even prettier than she is right now.
No, I mean, I'm
definitely.
super petite. I'm super petite. I'm very small size. Yeah.
Very
So
small. That's cute.
super petite. Yeah.
That is funny because for the longest time I met a guy, he's American and he lived down the road, but we were shut down too. And he looks like a football player, like from the
Uh,
top, like oh, like this. So I just in my mind thought he'd be really tall, like a really big boy. He's not. And when I first saw him, I was like, oh, he's little.
We had
It's
another
so
friend
funny.
that's the opposite of Sabrina. He looks like a small person, but when we saw him in person, he was like huge and big. So we talk about we talk about
giant
that the
size.
other too.
He's
That's
in
why
giant
Yihao's
size.
boxing right now. He's trying to
Um,
get big and muscly
yeah, yeah,
like the other guy.
trying to look
Oh, that's
more normal, more consistent, I should say.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of like pastimes and stuff though, so as you mentioned, Yihao's boxing right now. What are some popular pastimes in Taiwan? What are the sports that you watch? Do you do basketball, baseball, football, as in soccer, or what are your favorites?
Baseball is more popular or more widely well received than basketball, I would say, right, Sabrina?
Yeah.
Baseball, basketball,
Yeah.
yeah, baseball a little bit more, yeah. But
Okay, cool. And then we'll go back to business for a second. Sabrina, this one's for you. What is because you are so close to China, we talked about business wise, it's one huge unit, and there's a lot of manufacturing. But what would you say are some of the main products or the main industries in Taiwan?
Electric chips for
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Mm.
Okay. Interesting stuff. So, not umbrellas. Umbrellas are definitely the second largest industry.
That was the ancient time.
Yeah. Over. Okay, so this one's Yihao and Sabrina. We'll start with Yihao. One thing that I think is really important for all of us to know, and it's really the main reason I do this, if I want to work with people from Taiwan, either in or with, what is some cultural advice that you would give me? What is something I need to know about working with people in Taiwan?
I think just be straightforward. We are really straightforward, friendly people, and then yeah, so we don't beat around the bushes. We just, I think, personally, well,
Yeah,
so easy,
Sabrina's
easy, very,
smiling.
very, very easy to work with, and we are really flexible.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, anything to add to that, Sabrina?
Mm, I don't know because I work with a lot of foreigner and they come to Taiwan and they love it. And even one of my customers, he's trying to move to Taiwan and he want to plan here to stay around 3 to 6 months per year. because he need to travel globally.
Okay.
He's Australian person, and he lives in Portugal, but he want to stay in Taiwan so he can to have some more Asia focus for his business, and he think Taiwan is the most suitable place for him in terms of cultural or the food or the the living standard. He like it. He like here.
It's really multicultural because
Yes.
we are very opening to different kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So we can enjoy Korean food, Japanese food, like the Malaysian food, Thai, whatever that you can think of, you can find it here like locally. And for us to be a small island, you basically get to, you're very accessible. So it's so not so much a culture shock or anything that you need to prepare yourself with. You just land here and then you feel comfortable being here because you find your way around. There are like European people or Americans or very multicultural. I would say.
I saw that too when I was researching how multicultural it was. A quick question about this because I did not look this up. I was last week on the show. We had Roger from Hong Kong, and he was saying how easy it is for especially Americans to go there. We don't need a visa or anything. What about Taiwan? Is it easy for me to go there? Do I need to get visas, or how would that work?
That's a
I
good
think it's,
question.
I think you still need to get a visa, but the visa
Mm,
will be it should be easy to access.
mm.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and Taiwan is very foreigner friendly, so you don't need
Yeah.
to worry about anything. And it's also very safe to go outside during the midnight. It's quite
Oh,
safe.
that's a good question. Yeah. Especially if you have night markets again. We need to know it's safe to go to the night markets, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
eat stinky tofu.
and a piece of fried pork as big as your face, and then
Oh, I definitely. My
really
thighs
cheap.
do not want that, but it sounds good. It's another reason he's boxing. He's eating pork the size of his
Yeah.
face. He's got to exercise.
Yes,
Oh
yes, I
wow.
need that.
Yeah. So I hope that we brought to life here how easygoing Taiwan is, how friendly everyone is. And I think everyone is. I had some health issues, so I've been a little behind on trying to get this all organized. So I just asked these two last week, or 2 weeks ago. I said, "Hey, how do you feel about it?" They was like, "Oh yeah, it'll be great." So super friendly, super easygoing people, and I think two wonderful connections. We got Sabrina with all things fashion and accessories. She just told me before we got on here that she's doing a project in the U.S. with the pens for Astros. So lots of different opportunities with her. And Yihao does a lot more than nightlights, although his nightlights are pretty damn cool. So if you have
I
any
agree.
reason to do those are really cool. But a lot of connections to, like as I mentioned, manufacturing in both Taiwan and China. So good person to know. So before I wrap up, then, is there anything that you would like to add that I didn't ask? Anything I should know that I didn't bring up? Like the pork the size of my face. I didn't think to ask about that one. That was a nice addition.
uh, just
Just a
come to Taiwan.
just come to.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, we have very good, the high level medical service.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's it. Oh, that actually brings up another good question because what are the taxes like? Because a lot of
Taxi.
people that have wonderful medical systems also have very high taxes.
No, in Taiwan, the medical service is quite affordable.
Oh, good.
So yeah, so sometimes some foreigner they will come to Taiwan to do the surgery or the dental operation like that, surgery like that. So it's quite recommended.
Oh, well, then I think Yihao said it all. Come to Taiwan. They've got great food, stinky tofu, pork the
Get your
size of your
money.
face. Medical
Yeah.
system is good. Everyone's friendly.
Get the money, get a ticket, and come here.
And come
Yes,
to
yes, yes,
Taiwan.
yes.
Yeah, go find many bridges. It'll be a treasure hunt. See if you can find that bridge I put up there.
Cool. Yeah.
um,
Well, don't
well,
worry about the monkeys. We have good signs and say don't feed the monkeys. Just watch them. Yeah,
okay. So don't worry about the monkeys. We're all safe.
yeah,
Beautiful
yeah, yeah,
mountains.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
can get everywhere quickly. And some wonderful business connections. So
Yes,
thank you both. Yihao, thank all your friends there that helped us answer the hard questions.
yes.
But
I,
thank
I
you
was
both
telling
for.
them that I need the tips. Yeah, so I'm prepared. Thank you,
Yeah. To
Angie.
be fair, it's actually what time is it there? You guys 12
It's
hours behind me or
yeah, 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 12 hours. So
okay.
it's just totally the opposite. Eight
Yeah.
forty. Yeah.
Yeah, 8:40 p.m. So we do
Yes,
have them
PM.
in the evening. And thank you again for going out of your way late in the evening to be with here and tell us all about Taiwan. So thank you everyone for joining us. We will be back next week, Business Without Borders. I actually forget where we're going. I think it's Korea next week.
Wow.
So join us again next week to learn about yet another country and what we need to know to live, work, visit, and make the world a better place together. So thank you again and have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thank
Remember to
you.
ask about the Squid Game.
Oh, the Squid Game. I will. I just finished it last night. I was like,
Wow.
oh yeah. I was behind. I
Yes.
just finished it. So yeah, those poor people from Korea, that's all Korea's ever going to be about again now forever is the Squid Game. Oh, that's funny.
Cool.
All right, guys, have a good night.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so much.
again.
Have a good
Okay.
day.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
Bye.
watching.
Thank
Thanks.
you. Thank you so
Bye.
much, Angie. Bye bye.